Did you know that in some African villages, nearly 70% of love stories passed down through generations end not in happily ever after, but in betrayal? Stories so haunting, so heartbreaking. They are whispered only at night. Today, we uncover them. Across the vast landscapes of Africa. Love is not just emotion, it's sacrifice, honor, ritual, and sometimes, revenge. In these stories, betrayal isn't the twist. It's the curse. These are the legendary love stories that shook entire villages and scarred generations. Chapter 1: The Baobab Bride of Senegal. In the Wolof lands of Senegal, there lived a woman named Yoma, known for her beauty and her voice. She sang to the river, and the river answered. Men came from every village, but she chose Malik, a fisherman with nothing but his net and his soul. They wed under a baobab tree. And for 3 years, their love was the envy of the coast. But Malik vanished one rainy night. Rumors spread, he drowned. Yoma mourned. But deep inside, she felt something was wrong. 7 moons later, Malik returned. With new clothes, new scars, and a new wife. He had never drowned. He had been taken by traders. And when freed, he chose another woman from a foreign land. Yoma did not scream. She walked to the baobab and never returned. They say the tree still sings when it rains. Chapter 2: The Curse of the Ancestral Drum of Ghana. In a small Akan village, a love was forbidden by ancestors. Efua, a royal-born woman, fell in love with Kojo, a drummer from the warrior caste. They kept it secret. But one day, Efua gifted Kojo the sacred drum of her late father, a symbol of lineage, forbidden to outsiders. The village awoke to the drum's rhythm echoing through the forest. And then silence. Kojo's body was found near the river, face up, hands bent. Efua vanished. Some say she still dances at the forest edge, her feet moving to a beat no one dares play again. Chapter 3: Zanele's Vow of South Africa, Zulu Tale. Zanele, a healer's daughter, saved the life of a wounded warrior, Becky, from a rival tribe. She risked everything to keep him hidden. They fell in love in silence. But when Becky healed, he left. Not because he didn't love her, but because he was already promised to a chief's daughter. Zanele stood at the river and called on the ancestors. They say her voice summoned a drought that lasted 7 years. And Becky's firstborn daughter. She was born with a white veil over her eyes. And they say she sees Zanele in her dreams. Chapter 4: The Queen's Secret Lover of Ethiopia. In ancient Shoa, a queen ruled alone after her king died mysteriously. Her people feared her beauty and her silence. But behind palace walls, she kept a lover, Alemehu, a servant with a gift for poetry. They met in the shadows. Until one scroll went missing, a love poem, accidentally left near the royal court. Betrayal struck not from Alemehu, but from a jealous minister who used the poem as proof to accuse them of dishonor. Alemehu was buried alive beneath the palace. The queen. She never spoke again. The throne was passed. But the walls of Shoa still echo with whispers. Chapter 5: The Two Sisters of Lake Tanganyika of Tanzania. Nia and Amora, twins born under the full moon. Both loved the same man, Kweku, a storyteller who traveled by canoe. He promised marriage to both. On the wedding day, neither knew which he would choose. But Kweku chose neither. He fled, taking a boat and never returning. Nia walked into the lake. Amora cursed the water. And every year, on the same day, villagers say the lake turns black for 1 hour. Chapter 6: The Slave's Promise of Nigeria, Yoruba Tale. Abeni, a slave girl, fell for Tond, son of her master. They met in secret for years. He promised freedom. He promised marriage. But on the day of her manumission, his father fell ill, Anton was made chief. He sent word, "It is no longer possible." Abeni took the note, kissed it, and walked barefoot to the shrine of Ocean. They say she offered her life for peace. That year, the river flooded. But no one drowned. Anton. He died childless. Some say his spirit still waits by the shrine every Ocean festival. Chapter 7, The Betrayal at Dusk of Cameroon. In the forest of Bomenda, love was currency. Tala, a hunter, loved Ngozi, daughter of a palm wine tapper. He went to the chief's compound with bride price. But Ngozi had already been promised to a trader for gold. She told Tala nothing. On her wedding night, Tala played his flute at the forest edge. Ngozi heard it. She ran. They were never seen again. But every dusk, the same flute is heard. No one knows who plays it. Chapter 8, The Firekeeper's Lie of Molly, Monday. Syria was a firekeeper at the edge of the empire. She guarded the eternal flame used to light every new season. A prince, Diabote, disguised as a traveler, came to learn her ways. They fell in love beside the fire. But Diabote had lied. He was engaged to another, and the flame was not his interest. It was her heart. When she discovered the truth, Syria let the flame die. And with it, the crops of that year failed. The elders sent Diabote into exile. Syria rebuilt the fire, but never loved again. So what do these stories teach us? That love, in African tradition, is not a straight path. It is tested by loyalty, shaken by betrayal, and sometimes swallowed by fate. But even when love is lost, the stories remain. In trees, in rivers, in songs passed down by firelight. Love and betrayal are not opposites. They are twins, born from the same longing. Which story moved you the most? Comment below and share your favorite. Like, subscribe, and join us for more African tales of heartbreak, hope, and heritage. Because sometimes, the stories that hurt the most are the ones we need the most.